Good day, good day, good day, good day. Thank you for joining me. Just in case you're joining me for the very first time, I'm your host, the Real Brian Glaze Gibbs, and this is my ministry. I'm going to talk about the good, I'm going to talk about the bad, I'm going to talk about the ugly. Hit the like button, subscribe, support. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start divvying it up and going back from the first time I went on YouTube. So what I want y'all to do is right now, relax and enjoy the ride and enjoy the contact. Like I said, I was once the problem. Now what I'm seeking to do, how do I become part of the solution? Peace, love, and prosperity. One love.
Now in life, you don't know when it's your time. You know, you think you know because of an illness or whatever that you're near death. But a lot of times right now, your death certificate can be signed and you don't even know that it's signed. I was on a run from the federal government from August 11, 1988 up until November 10, 1988. In and out of New York, South Carolina, Virginia Beach, Chicago, Los Angeles, keeping a low profile and trying to stay a couple of steps ahead of the U.S. Marshal who's on my trail hunting me down. While I was on a run, I tried to get plastic surgery on my face and on my fingers because I didn't want to go to jail. Labor Day weekend, 1988, I headed to Virginia Beach. Doing then, every black colleges from up and down the East Coast border all met up in Virginia Beach. And you got the guys and the girls, mainly the girls. And all the street hustler from the East Coast border also went down there on a mini vacation. My purpose for being down there was to bump into some of my old associates, dudes that owe me large sum of money. Trust me, when you are on the run in the criminal world, those that owe you a large sum of money for work you gave them on consignment will duck and dodge you to prevent from paying that tab. During the next to last day down there, I ran into Webb from Brooklyn, Mr. Low Key, one of the biggest players in the game at the time. It was him, his right-hand man, and the late great Demisio, and approximately 20 of his soldiers. When he approached me, it was just him. Webb had always been a real smooth brother, but just as dangerous as I was. Keep in mind, Webb is the one that was responsible for the original 50 Cent murder. He started talking about different events pertaining to his organization and my organization. As time went on, he summoned his right-hand man to join the conversation. As we went back and forth discussing different topics and issues, we ended the conversation on a positive note. I went my way and they went theirs. It was not until 1990-91, I was already in jail approximately 2 to 3 years at the time, when I called, the street, and I was talking to LD. My man LD started telling me that one morning after partying all night long, him and the late Demisio, Lou Hobbs, Ken Du, and a few others went to breakfast, and how I was the topic of the conversation. Imagine that. Demisio got on them. If anybody know anything about Demisio, pretty boy, made money. I know Demisio going back to 1979, and he was very vocal, was not afraid to express himself. He started the conversation and telling these niggas, oh man, Ken Du, you used to be fucking scared of Glaze. Lou, you was scared of, you remember when different shit started happening or whatever, and how every time Glaze came around, y'all niggas was shaking your boots. Demisio went on to say, during Labor Day 1988, how Webb, Demisio, and Webb, right-hand man, left New York. Before they left New York, they was in Brooklyn. And during that whole time, what they was talking about, if they go down to the Virginia Beach and they see me, they was going to execute me. They was going to more or less, like right now, murder me like they did to Sonny Corleone in the movie The Godfather. I didn't know that the only reason they did not kill me Labor Day weekend, 1988, was due to my answer was legit and real. Sometime your death certificate can be signed and you don't even know it. So here it is right now. When no motherfuckers approached me, they had every intention of killing me, and I didn't know it. What saved me that particular day? Me being me being real.
They kicked me off Rikers Island. So we do not want this brother on Rikers Island because he was a menace. Because to me, you know, back then, I want Rikers Island. I don't got no bail. I'm facing 2 murders, kidnapping, weapon charges. Guess what happened? Now I'm a menace because
Brian had associated himself with probably the most ruthless and notorious cocaine crack enterprise in the city, that being Howard Pappy Mason and Lorenzo Fat Cat Nichols.
NYPD rookie police officer was murdered, executioner style. And as I'm listening to that, I'm like, whoa.
You actually dealt with Brian Glaze Gibbs, huh?
I dealt with him years ago, back in the 80s, early 90s. I was where he was arrested by my partner back in those days for several murders himself.
That badge, that was given to me by a police officer in New York called Matt Byrne, whose son was gunned down by these drug dealers up there in New York City.
Glaze was probably within the top 10 people in the city, but I'm going to say that he was probably one of the top 2 or 3 in Brooklyn. You know, drug dealers, and controlled the drug organization.
And you know what I did? When I got the phone, I told my man, the next time we see him, he's out of here. Yeah. Less than 12 hours, that nigga was dead.
This is the second person you murdered?
No. Because like right now, if you're going by the timeline, by that time it's a few more before him.
You know, I heard so many good things about you. And what I really like is, I know you're a tough guy. And I've known that for quite a while, and you changed your life, and you're coming around, and you're right. We're from New York. We're New Yorkers. No matter what color you are, no matter what religion you are, no matter what you are, you know, we're New Yorkers.
Well, he was a drug kingpin himself. He was a drug lord himself back in those days, and he operated out of Brooklyn and East New York, and you know, he committed a lot of violent acts himself. So if anybody knows the streets, I mean, he knows the streets.
Tutting them?
Yeah, you gotta worry about them guys. But we only have to worry about those guys in Vanderveer and stuff. You know, we all knew Glaze and Tut and all those guys.
Yeah.
I know Glaze, Supreme Team. What up, Glaze? You know what I'm saying?
Okay, inside the mind of a killer, the Brian Glaze Gibbs story. Okay, I'll check that out.
Had 25 automatic. The shower posse had submachine. They had Uzi. They had machine guns or whatever. I'm talking about they had big 45, 9mm. Listen here, you little knucklehead. It's not worth it. I'm talking about.